All right. Hello, I'm Lee. I'm going to continue the Psalms study. We stopped on Psalm 119 last time, so we'll start on 120 this time. It's weird. I got a little right there on the edge. Must be what I'm wearing. I don't know. Yeah, still kind of doing it. Probably the lighting. Oh well. Nothing perfect. Let me pull this stuff up here. Go to Psalms. Got some translations there. Septuagint. Nope, wrong one. Psalms. So Brenton Septuagint's one chapter behind for some reason. So I wish these would stay zoomed in better, but they don't. So Thompson Septuagint is right in line. I think when they translated Thompson, they translated in line with the Masoretic text. And the same thing they do with the Dead Sea Scrolls, they go by the Masoretic text, which is KJV, most modern translations. So we're still going to use it. We're just going to test it. So 120 and the Aramaic Targums are useful. Not perfect. So that's Psalm 119. All right, Psalm 120. We've got verse 5, 6, 7. There was also something I wanted to show with the Psalms. It's near impossible to remember everything. Praise y'all for the things I do remember. Where's it at? Let me pull it over here. It's Google Books. Google Books. I have Yep, that's not going to work. There we go. Library and devices. It should be on there. Apps, books. There we go. Sorry. Okay. Let's pull it over here. This is mine that I purchased. No thanks. The Dead Sea Scrolls Bible. I highly recommend getting that. This is what I read. One of the books that I read. If you go to Psalms. This is what I had pulled up earlier. So whatever I pulled up on my phone, it pulls up on here too. I hardly ever use the computer, but I do use it on my phone. So you can get it in Google Books, and you can get a hard copy too, or a paperback. Psalms. You don't have to, just a recommendation. So Psalms 48. So this is a short quotation. I'm not reading a whole lot of it. So Psalms 40, I think it's 48. Or is it 49? Let's see here. Pull that down and throw it back up there. So Psalms, I don't even know if I can remember where it's at. I was reading Psalms. For some reason, I was doing the live stream, and then I was reading in the book Psalms, and I noticed something when I went back to read the book that was missing in the live stream for this Dead Sea Scrolls translation here. It might have been 49. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I bet you I can't remember now. Or is it 47? 47. I thought for sure it was 48. Verse 3 is missing. Verse 5, verse 7. Okay. 3 is here in 48. God is in its citadels. He has shown himself to be a sure defense. Yeah, see? Let's see. City of our God in its holy mountain. See God in its citadels. He has shown himself to be a sure defense. That's missing in this translation. So I think maybe the translators of the book added that in there because it's in brackets. 6. Maybe that's what it was. 5 and 7. Yep. Or here's 7, as when you shattered the ships of Tarshish with an east wind. See, that's not in here. So 5 also. Yeah, 5 is when they saw it, they were amazed, they panicked and took to flight. That may be what I was talking about or what I was looking at. Anyways, I'll stay on that. So 120 Psalms 120. All right. Psalms 120, 119 Brent Septuagint. A song of degrees. In mine affliction I cried to Yahuwah, and he hearkened to me. Deliver my soul, O Yahuwah, from unjust lips and from a deceitful tongue. What should be given to thee, and what should be added to thee for thy crafty tongue? Sharpen weapons of the mighty with coals of the desert. Woe is me that I live in Meshech, that I dwell among the tents of Kedar. My soul has had her dwelling too long with him who hates peace. I am for peace, but when I speak, they are for war. Tents of Kedar. So anyone that doesn't know, this is a good way to check. Kedar. Having the internet is a great tool. Tents of Kedar. Okay, so Song of Solomon's got, I am black but comely, O ye daughters of Zion, as the tents of Kedar, as the curtains of Solomon. So there it's mentioned. You can go through and read the whole chapter and then read the chapter of Psalms and compare. Concerning Kedar, here's Jeremiah 49. Rise ye, go up to Kedar and spoil the men of the east. Okay, so Kedar is in the east. Here's a clue. Isaiah 21, for thus hath Yahuwah said unto me, within a year, according to the years of an hireling, and all the glory of Kedar shall fail. Children of Kedar. Ezekiel 27, Arabia and all the princes of Kedar. Arabia is considered the East, even though they call it the Middle East now. In the late 1800s, it was considered the East. Jeremiah 2:10, for pass over the Isles of Kittim, that's Rome, and see, and send unto Kedar, and consider diligently, and see if there be such a thing. The village Kedar doth inhabit it. Isaiah 42:11, let the wilderness and the cities thereof lift up their voice, the villages that Kedar doth inhabit. Let the inhabitants of the rock sing, let them shout from the top of the mountains. Let them give glory unto Yahuwah and declare his praise in the islands. So it looks like Isaiah 42 is end times context. Yep, Isaiah 60, all the flocks of Kedar shall be gathered together unto thee. That's Isaiah 60 is definitely end times context. I know that for a fact. Who are these that fly as a cloud, and as the doves to their windows? Surely the owl shall wait for me, the ships of Tarshish first, to bring thy sons from far. That's the lost tribes of Israel, their silver and their gold with them, unto the name of Yahuwah thy Elohim, and to the Holy One of Israel, because he hath glorified thee. And the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee. For in my wrath I smote thee. That's when he dispersed Israel. But in my favor have I had mercy on thee. That's the regathering, 2nd Exodus. This is how you study Scripture. Just go through, search, pray about it, ask for understanding, ask for wisdom. Psalm 121, a song of ascents. I will lift up my eyes to the hills. Where does my help come from? My help comes from Yahuwah. And back then there wouldn't be chapters. So this scroll would continue. 120 to 121 would be one altogether. My help comes from Yahuwah, who made the heaven and the earth. He will not allow your foot to be moved, and he who keeps you will not slumber. Behold, he who keeps Israel will neither slumber nor sleep. Yahuwah is your keeper in the night, your shade on your right hand. In the Hebrew, there's no need to repeat this phrase here because it's already repeated here. When they get to translating to Greek, and they translate, translations, they'll repeat it. Most likely that's why that's marked out, because it's not in the original Hebrew manuscript. The sun will not harm you by day, nor the moon by night. Yahuwah will keep you from all evil. He will keep your soul. Yahuwah will keep your going out and your coming in from this time forward and forevermore. Let's see. Okay, last verse. 122. Psalm 122, and this says prophecy of Joshua. So that's interesting. And Psalms of Joshua were found in the Dead Sea Scrolls. So there's that. A Song of Ascents by David. Now it says by David. I was glad when they said to me, let's go to Yahuwah's house. Our feet are standing within your gates. Jerusalem, Jerusalem. This is built as a city that is compact together. There's no J before like 500 years ago. It will be a Y. Where the tribes go up, even Yah's tribes, that's Israel, according to an ordinance for Israel, to give thanks to Yahuwah's name. For there are set thrones for judgment, the thrones of David's house. And we go here. Thrones for judgment. Why is it plural? Luke 22:30, that you may eat and drink at my table in my kingdom and sit on thrones judging the 12 tribes of Israel. He's talking to the apostles. I appoint unto you a kingdom as my Father has appointed unto me. That's for the apostles, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. Romans 2:12, for as many as have sinned without the law shall also perish without law. Okay, whoever says the law done away with, that's for you. All right. I don't want to be mean, but that's what it says. All right. And as many as have sinned in the law shall be judged by the law. So those of us that know the law still stands, that know we're supposed to be walking by the law, that's for us. Judged by the law. Right? So then you kind of see here. So the apostles are going to sit on thrones judging the tribes of Israel by what? By the law. For there are set thrones for judgment, the thrones of David's house. Messiah is of the line of David. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. Those who love you will prosper. Peace be within your walls and peace within your palaces. For my brothers and companions' sakes, I will now say, peace be within you. For the sake of the house of Yahuwah our Elohim. Elohim's the Hebrew word for God, and it can mean two, Messiah and Father. I will seek your peace. Eloah is one, Elohim's two. Let's see, I will seek your peace. Verse 9. This manuscript here, he's got translated, I will seek your good. Diligently sought thy good. And to thee. Psalm 123. By David of Ascents. To you I do lift up my eyes, you who sit in the heavens. Behold, as the eyes of servants look to the hand of their master, as the eyes of a maid to the hand of her mistress, so our eyes look to Yahuwah, our Elohim, until he has mercy on us. Have pity upon us, O Yahuwah. Have pity upon us, for we are exceedingly filled with contempt. Yea, our soul has been exceedingly filled with it. Let the reproach be to them that are at ease, and contempt to the proud. And if anybody's wondering, I'll go over that again. Why they have Lord in our translations. They've replaced the name. Genesis 2:4. Just go here. H3068. Yehovah. They also say that's his name. All Yehovah is Lord in the Hebrew. That's not even Lord. It's Adonai's Lord, but it's translated as Lord in the Hebrew 6,510 times. Tells you here a little footnote, unpronounced except with the vowel pointies of H136. So see, they use the vowel points here. They're pronouncing the vowel points. It's not Yehovah. Go to H136. What is this? Adonai, right? What's Adonai? Lord. Lord. Title spoken in place of Yahuwah in Jewish ignorance, the ineffable name doctrine. They're replacing the name, right? It's very easy to see. And then if you go even further, you can look. I know people don't want to hear this. It's very obvious. Go to Matthew. And I'm not against the Greek. Greek's fine. It's not the holy tongue. That's the Hebrew, but it's a translation. Iesus, Jesus, right? 972 times. That comes from the Greek, meaning what they say, Jehovah's salvation. We just found out Jehovah's a false name. Put two and two together, right? Don't shoot the messenger. And I'm not bashing anybody for using it, because I used to use it. So, but once we figure out it's wrong, what are we supposed to do? Keep doing what's wrong? All right. So you go here to the Dead Sea Scrolls. See all those vowel points they had over here? See the vowel points? All over the, you can look, just look here. See the vowel points? Those are added. 9th century, 10th century AD, vowel points. Dead Sea Scrolls, no vowel points. And the Father's name here is in Paleo-Hebrew. They didn't change it into the Aramaic Babylonian script. They left it the original Paleo-Hebrew. Okay? In case you're wondering, you can look. I think sometimes it may be changed, but I think most of the time it stays in Paleo-Hebrew. That's it right there. Yod-Heh-Uah-Heh, Yahuwah. Right? That's my best understanding. So, this would be, O Yahuwah, have pity upon us, for we are exceedingly filled with contempt. Yea, our soul has been exceedingly filled with it. Let the reproach be to them that are at ease, and contempt to the proud. So 124, 7, 8. Psalm 124, 123 in Septuagint, a song of degrees. If it had not been that Yahuwah was among us, let Israel now say, if it had not been that Yahuwah was among us, 2 times, that's giving emphasis. So pay attention. When men rose up against us, verily they would have swallowed us up alive. So if Yahuwah was not among us, they would have swallowed us alive. When their wrath was kindled against us, verily the water would have drowned us. Our soul would have gone under the torrent. Yea, our soul would have gone under the overwhelming water. Blessed be Yahuwah, who has not given us for a prey to their teeth. Our soul has escaped like a bird out of the fowler's snare. The snare is broken, and we have escaped. Our help is in Yahuwah's name, who made heaven and earth. Now, the first thing that comes to mind is the first Exodus. The water would have drowned us. Pharaoh and all of them chased them. And even says, let's see. Go over here to the Samaritan Pentateuch. Exodus. I just read this today. Where's that? Is it 8? And I could also go to the Dead Sea Scrolls too, but I like the Samaritan Pentateuch. A lot of the readings in the Dead Sea Scrolls match. Except they think the holy place is in Mount Gerizim, which is incorrect. Dead Sea Scrolls say Jerusalem. It's in Jerusalem. Is it 10? No, much farther. Yeah, this is interesting. Here it says, Thus saith Yahuwah, about midnight will I go into the midst of the land of Egypt. Like he's going to smite the firstborn. And all the firstborn in the land of Egypt shall die. You'll see in Jubilees that it says that Mastema, Satan, he smites the firstborn. Well, you say, well, it says Yahuwah's going to go through. That's referencing Yahusha there. But any of the children, go down further. Oh yeah, and the Samaritan Pentateuch shows that something missing from our Masoretic text, that Aaron lifted his rod and did one of the wonders in Egypt too. 2 witnesses, foreshadow, maybe. Yep, so it says, for I will pass through the land of Egypt, Messiah, smite the firstborn. So even when he has someone else do it, because he has someone else do it, he can say, I did it, right? If you send somebody to do something, it's still you sending them to do it. And the first month, where's it at? Okay. Yeah, this is interesting too. This backs up the Septuagint. Now the sojourning of the children of Israel and the fathers of them who dwelt in Canaan and Egypt was 430 years. They changed the Masoretic text. Foreigner hired servant. Okay, where's it at? Okay. The destroyer, where's it at? Okay, just gotta look it up. But it calls Satan the destroyer. There we go. Now they got a search feature. Exodus 12:23, for Yahuwah will pass through to smite the Egyptians, and when he seeth the blood upon the lintel and on the 2 side posts, Yahuwah will pass over the door, and will not suffer the destroyer, Satan, to come in unto your houses to smite you. Excuse me. Now that is cool. So we know the destroyer is Satan. Destroyer. 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 Destroyer of the Gentiles. Yeah, right here. That's cool, man. And also, connects perfectly. His word's amazing. The thief cometh not, but for to steal, kill, and destroy. Murderer from the beginning. Oh, come on, where's it at? There we go. John 8:44, you are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father what you will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, destroyer, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. Let's see, overwhelming. So 125. Psalm 125, a song of ascents. Those who trust in Yahuwah are as Mount Zion, which can't be moved but remains forever. He surrounds Jerusalem from this time forward and forevermore. Sounds like the second Exodus. So that pulls in from the last verse there, through the waters. For the scepter of wickedness won't remain over the allotment of the righteous, so that the righteous won't be in evil hands. Do good, Yahuwah, to those who are good, to those who are upright in heart. But as for those who turn away to their crooked ways, Yahuwah will lead them away with the workers of iniquity. That's lawlessness. Peace be on Yisrael. 5. Some short Psalms. It's cool. 126, Psalm 126, a song of ascents, when Yahuwah brought back those who returned to Zion, who were like those who dream. See, brought back. Second Exodus. Then our mouth was filled with laughter and our tongue was singing. So blessed are those who mourn now. Blessed are those who mourn. For you will be comforted, right? For they shall be comforted. Future tense. Then they said among the nations, Yahuwah has done great things for them. Yahuwah has done great things for us, and we are glad. Restore our fortunes again. Second Exodus, regathering of Israel. Yahuwah like the streams in the Negev. Those who sow in tears will reap in joy. Oh, that reminds me of something there. Yeah, 2 Timothy 1:4, greatly desiring to see thee, being mindful of thy tears, that I may be filled with joy. Acts 20:31, therefore watch and remember that by the space of 3 years I cease not to warn everyone night and day with tears. Ooh, preaching the gospel. Also of your own selves shall men arise speaking perverse things and draw away disciples after them. Grievous wolves shall enter in among you. That happened already. By the space of 3 years I cease not to warn everyone, night and day with tears. He was sowing with tears. Hosea 10:12. This is a good verse. Hosea, sow to yourselves in righteousness, reap in mercy, break up your fallow ground, for it is time to seek Yahuwah till he come and rain righteousness upon you. I believe that already came to pass. But it's just as good a saying for us now too. Yeah, the inhabitants of Samaria shall fear northern kingdom. It shall be carried into Assyria for a present to the king. Ephraim shall receive shame. Yep. So this context would be before the northern kingdom got kicked out. He's speaking, O Israel, thou hast sinned from the days of Gibeah. Yep, he's speaking to the northern kingdom. That's what it looks like. Still a good verse, though. He who goes out weeping and carrying seed for sowing will certainly come again with joy, carrying his sheaves. Enter into their labors. Matthew 11:13, for all the prophets in the law prophesied until John. Where's that verse? Oh, yeah. Since that time the kingdom of Elohim is preached, and every man presseth into it. It is easier for heaven and earth to pass than one tittle of the law to fail. Another verse that says the law is not done away with. Carrying sheaves, 6. Yep, that's another short psalm. Talking about sowing. Got to sow the word. Some fell on, yeah, that's a good one. Some fell on good ground. Matthew chapter 13. That is. Hello. Michael and Trust Yah. Same day went Yahusha out of the house and sat by the seaside, and great multitudes were gathered together unto him, so that he went into a ship and sat, and the whole multitude stood on the shore. And he spake many things unto them in parables, saying, Behold, a sower went forth to sow. And when he sowed, some seeds fell by the wayside, and the fowls came and devoured them up. Some fell upon stony places where they had not much earth, and forthwith they sprung up, because they had no deepness of earth. And when the sun was up, they were scorched, because they had no root, they withered away. And some fell among thorns, and the thorns sprung up and choked them. But other fell into good ground and brought forth fruit, some 100-fold, some 60-fold, and some 30-fold. Who hath ears to hear, let him hear. And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables? He answered and said unto them, Because it is given to you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. For whosoever hath, to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance. But whosoever hath not, from him shall be taken away even that he hath. Therefore speak I to them in parables, because they seeing not, and hearing they hear not, neither do they understand. That explains why when you try to share with people, and they don't listen, they don't hear it. And in them is fulfilled the prophecy of Isaiah. This is the Greek. His name was translated into Greek, and then into English. It's Isaiah in the Old Testament, which saith, By hearing you shall hear and shall not understand, and seeing you shall see and shall not perceive. For this people's heart is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes they have closed, lest at any time they should see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and should understand with their heart, and should be converted, and I should heal them. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. For verily I say unto you that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which you see, and have not seen them, and to hear those things which you hear, and have not heard them. Hear ye therefore the parable of the sower. When anyone heareth the word of the kingdom, and understandeth it not, then cometh the wicked one, and catcheth away that which was sown in his heart. This is he which receives seed by the wayside. But he that receives seed into stony places, the same is he that heareth the word, and anon with joy receiveth it. Matthew 13. Sometimes that KJV. Anon, or anon, Greek word, euthus, straight, right, immediately. Okay, immediately, straight away. Yep, immediately. Anon. Way to go, translators. But he that received the seed in the stony places, the same as he that heareth the word, and immediately with joy receiveth it. Yes. Yet hath he not root in himself, but endureth for a while. For when tribulation or persecution ariseth because of the word, by and by he is offended. When your work persecutes you, when your friends persecute you, when your family persecutes you, when your church kicks you out, on and on and on and on and on. That's what that's talking about right there. He also that receives seed among the thorns is he that heareth the word, and the care of this world and the deceitfulness of riches choke the word, and he becomes unfruitful. Just any number of things that go that we could put before Yah, right? But he that receiveth seed into the good ground is he that heareth the word and understandeth it, which also beareth fruit and bringeth forth some 100, some 60, some 30. Another parable put he forth unto them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which sowed good seed in his field. But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat, and went his way. But when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also. So the servants of the householder came and said unto him, Sir, didst thou not sow good seed in thy field? From whence then hath it tares? He said unto them, An enemy hath done this. The servant said unto him, Wilt thou then that we go and gather them up? But he said, Nay, lest while you gather up the tares, you root up also the wheat with them. Let both grow together until the harvest. And in the time of harvest, I will say to the reapers, Gather you together first the tares. That's the rapture everybody wants to be part of, and bind them in bundles to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn. So the ones that are taken first are the tares to be burned. Then the wheat is gathered. Also, plenty other connected verses. Here's one. Jeremiah 8:20, the harvest is past, the summer is ended, and we are not saved. As far as I can tell, that's connected. So 126. To be ashamed when they speak their enemies in the gates. Psalm 127, a song of ascents by Solomon. Unless Yahuwah builds the house, they labor in vain who build it. Unless Yahuwah watches over the city, the watchman guards it in vain. It is vain for you to rise up early, to stay up late, eating the bread of toil, for he gives sleep to his loved ones. Behold, children are a heritage of Yahuwah. The fruit of the womb is his reward. As arrows in the hand of a mighty man, so are the children of youth. Happy is the man who has his quiver full of them. They won't be disappointed when they speak with their enemies in the gate. Another short one. Crazy where they put some of these chapter breaks at. 128. Song of Degrees. I guess that's why they put them in certain places. Blessed are all they that fear Yahuwah, who walk in his ways. Another interesting thing is you can tell from the Dead Sea Scrolls and some of the Hebrew that the book of Psalms is split into 5 books. But you can't tell it from the English. Blessed are all they that fear Yahuwah, who walk in his ways. Thou shalt eat the labors of thy hands, for you will eat the labor of your hands. You will be happy, and it will be well with you. Your wife will be as a fruitful vine in the innermost parts of your house, and your children like olive plants around your table. Interesting. May Yahuwah bless you out of Zion, and may you see the good of Jerusalem all the days of your life. Yes, may you see your children's children. Peace be upon Yisrael. Psalm 129, Song of Ascents. Many times they have afflicted me from my youth up. Let Israel now say, many times they have afflicted me from my youth up, yet they have not prevailed against me. The wicked plowed on my back. They made their furrows long. Yahuwah is righteous. He has cut apart the cords of the wicked. Or this may be, they might have translated it, the Lord could be Elohim. I don't know. Let them be disappointed and turn backward, all those who hate Zion. Let them be as the grass on the housetops, which withers before it grows up, with which the reaper doesn't fill his hand, nor he who binds sheaves. There's the agricultural reference again. His bosom. Neither do those who go by say, the blessing of Yahuwah your Elohim be on you. We bless you in Yahuwah's name. And where's that at? that up. Oh. My books. I'm gonna look at something here. I got that really small. The interesting notes in this book that you don't see in the online translation is it tells you from the scrolls. See if you go down here over. See, it gives you notes on how they appear, what's missing from the modern Bible, what's found in the Septuagint. So it goes into detail. And they give you the order of the Psalms based on the Dead Sea Scrolls, which I don't think this online translation does. So it's a very good reference. I like to read out of this. I use the Septuagint too, and the Masoretic, but you know. See, until Psalm 101, this is a quotation from the Dead Sea Scrolls Bible, which marks the beginning of Leviticus Q. That's one of the scrolls found. So it marks the beginning of the scroll, Psalm 92, this manuscript. Yep, so it tells you, gives you a bunch of extra details that you don't get just from an English translation. Where's 140? Which one are we on? 130. I might have already passed it. See, it's in a completely different order. Yeah, so they got Lord translated. So that would be his name, Yahuwah. Oh, Yahuwah, keep a record of sins. Who could stand? Nah, he's got Yah. See, this translation, they just give you like the regular Masoretic text. Every time they see his name, they translate it Lord, 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 all over the place. Anyways. So, Psalm 130. Trust Yah, I did a study on the book of Psalms. I was led to Colossians 3:16. Let's go look at that. I love all the scriptures. 3:16. Let the word of Christ, anointed one, the Messiah, dwell in you richly in all wisdom, teaching and admonishing one another in psalms and hymns and spiritual songs, singing with grace in your hearts to Yahuwah. Beautiful. Yeah, and checking, looking at, what's that in there? Dead Sea Scrolls. David, Solomon, and there's Joshua in there too. Yeah, there's extra Psalms. It actually gives a number of how many David wrote. Tons of stuff. I think that's Giza Verms. I loosely quote this stuff. I don't want to take a lot of it because it's copyrighted material. But you can reference it. Where's it at? I don't know. It's one of these. I got so much stuff. Like, it's hard to keep up with it. Yep. Psalms of David. That's the good thing about this. You can use the search tool. This is Giza Verms Dead Sea Scrolls translation. It's good. I got one. David wrote. How about that? It's hard to figure out which keywords will pop up what you're looking for. Okay, there's one. Now if I put David in, let's see. 12. Yep, extra Psalms. Some of them were found in the Syriac church. It's all over the place. Here we go. An account of David's poems. David, son of Jesse, was wise and brilliant like the light of the sun. He was a scribe, intelligent and perfect in all his ways before Elohim and men. Oh, that we could be like that. Yahuwah gave him an intelligent and brilliant spirit. This is why he was perfect, because he gave him an intelligent and brilliant spirit. And he wrote 3,600 psalms, 364 songs to sing before the altar for the daily perpetual sacrifice for all the days of the year, and 52 songs for the Sabbath offerings, and 30 songs for the new months, not moons, months, for feast days and for the Day of Atonement. And all the songs which he uttered were 446, and 4 songs to make music on behalf of those stricken by evil spirits. In all there were 4,050. All these he uttered through prophecy which was given him from before the Most High. Again, that's Giza Verm's Dead Sea Scrolls translation. So, pretty cool. If you, see, for my study, Psalms 120 through 134 are pilgrim songs or songs of degrees or ascents. Yeah, they in that Dead Sea Scrolls translation, they point out, I think the ascents were grouped together. Yahuwah's people sang together every year as they journeyed to Jerusalem for the festivals to remember Yahuwah. Oh man, that'd be so awesome. We're stuck out here in dispersion. Provision for them. I'm not sure if this is true. I can't remember where I got this info. David, 68 plus Psalms. Yep, cool. Thanks for commenting. Yes, let's see. Where was I at? I don't know. Out of the depths I cried to you. You, Yahuwah. Yahuwah, hear my voice. See, I'm not sure how they translate it there. I'm just going to say Yahuwah. If it's God, it would be Elohim. Let your ears be attentive to the voice of my petitions. If you, Yah, kept a record of sins, Yahuwah, who could stand? See, if he's not merciful, we're all toast. Forget it. So we need to be humble and try to help people and try to do what he says, and let the chips fall where they may. So if you, Yah, kept a record of sins, Yahuwah, who could stand? Nobody. So, but there is forgiveness with you. Therefore you are feared. Exactly. I wait for Yahuwah. My soul waits, and I hope in his word. Blessed are those who wait. What did Messiah say? Wait, my soul longs for Yahuwah, more than watchmen long for the morning, more than the watchmen for the morning. Israel hope in Yahuwah. For with Yahuwah there is loving kindness, with him is abundant redemption. He will redeem Yisrael from all their sins. Praise Yah. So Psalm 131, a song of ascents by David. That's it wouldn't be a V, it wouldn't be a W. They say the old Hebrews a W, it's a U, so it'd be Daoud. Kind of weird, but Yahuwah, my heart isn't arrogant, nor my eyes lofty, nor do I concern myself with great matters or things too wonderful for me. So see, he just talks about his forgiveness and his mercy and forgiving sins. And then he says this right here. We've all got to be careful. It's very easy to get lifted up. I shall have sinned if I have not been humble, but have exalted my soul according to the relation of a weaned child. And I've done this before. And I'm not perfect. According to the relation of a weaned child to his mother, so wilt thou recompense my soul. Let Yisrael hope in Yahuwah from henceforth and forever. We got to stay humble. I have to keep telling myself that too. Psalm 132, 131 to Brenton. A song of degrees. Yahuwah, remember David and all his meekness. Just like Moses, right? Moses was the meekest man. Psalm 25:9, the meek will he guide in judgment, the meek will he teach his way. If you wonder why some people get knowledge and then they get cut off, or people don't get knowledge at all. Numbers 12:3, now the man Moses was very meek above all the men which were upon the face of the earth. And what did he give Moses? Matthew 5:5, blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Psalm 76:9, when Elohim rose to judgment to save all the meek of the earth, Selah. It just goes on and on. And even the Messiah here, Matthew 11:29, take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart. So the Messiah is meek and lowly in heart, and you shall find rest unto your souls. How he sware to Yahuwah and vowed to the Elohim of Jacob, saying, so this is what David said, I will not go into the tabernacle of my house. I will not go up to the couch of my bed. I will not give sleep to mine eyes, nor slumber to mine eyelids, nor rest to my temples, until I find a place for Yahuwah, a tabernacle for the Elohim of Jacob. Behold, we heard of it in Ephrathah. We found it in the fields of the wood. Let us enter into his tabernacles. Let us worship at the place where his feet stood. Arise, O Yahuwah, into thy rest. So that's the Greek translation, into thy rest. That's how they translate it. Dead Sea Scrolls, arise, Yahuwah, into your resting place, you and the ark of your strength. Let your priests be clothed with righteousness. Let your saints shout for joy. For your servant David's sake, don't turn away your face, the face of your anointed one. Yahuwah has sworn to David in truth, he will not turn from it. For I will set the fruit of your body on your throne. What's the fruit of your body? That's your offspring. If your children will keep my covenant, my testimony that I will teach them, their children also will go up on your throne forevermore. For Yahuwah has chosen Zion. He has desired it for his habitation. Now this right here is interesting. And I'm not sure if that's what it's referencing, but he seals Israel right here at the end. And you'll notice who's, where's it at? Yep, here we go. Who's David from? Revelation 7:5, of the tribe of Judah were sealed 12,000, of the tribe of Reuben were sealed 12,000, of the tribe of Gad were sealed 12,000. So there's 12,000 of Judah sealed at the end. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but for Yahuwah has chosen Zion, he has desired it for his habitation. This is my resting place forever. Here I will live, for I have desired it. I will abundantly bless her provision. Zion, New Jerusalem, her. I will satisfy her poor with bread. Her priest I will also clothe with salvation. Her saints will shout for joy. There I will make the horn of David to bud. I have ordained a lamp for my anointed. I will clothe his enemies with shame, but on himself his crown will be resplendent. Horn of David to bud. That's interesting. But on himself his crown will be resplendent. Greek is, upon himself shall my holiness flourish. Interesting. Psalm 133, a song of ascents by David. See how good and how pleasant it is for brothers to live together in unity. It is like the precious oil on the head that ran down on the beard of even Aaron's beard, that came down on the edge of his robe, like the dew of Hermon that comes down on the hills of Zion. For there Yahuwah gives the blessing forever. Peace be upon Yisrael. 3. Yep, so it'd be the next one. Yeah. 134. A song of ascents. Look, praise Yahuwah, all you servants of Yahuwah who stand by night in Yahuwah's house. Lift up your hands in the sanctuary. Praise the name of Yahuwah. May Yahuwah bless you from Zion, even he who made heaven and earth. Praise the name of Yahuwah. That is not in that translation, but it's in the Dead Sea Scrolls. Praise the name of Yahuwah. 134. Bless Yahuwah. Lift up your hands in the sanctuary and praise the name of Yahuwah. So KJV says, bless the Lord. Aramaic Targums. Lift up your hands, O priest, on the holy dais, and bless Yahuwah. All right. Mark 11:26. But if you're not forgiving, neither will your Abba Yahuwah in heaven forgive you your sins. Yes. Yes. Scary. Scares the heck out of me. All right. 135. Last one. Praise him, you servants of Yahuwah. Praise Yahuwah's name. Praise Yah. And exalt Yah, you who stand in Yahuwah's house, in the courts of our Elohim's house, and in your midst, Jerusalem. Praise Yahuwah, for he is good. Sing praises to his name, for that is pleasant. For he has chosen Yaakov for himself, and Yisrael for his own possession. I know that Yahuwah is great, that our Elohim is above all Elohim. Whatever Yahuwah pleased, that he has done, in heaven and in earth, to do as he has done. There is none like Yah. There is none like Yahuwah. There is none who does as King of the gods, King of Elohim, in the seas and in all the deeps, who causes the clouds to rise from the ends of the earth, who makes lightnings with the rain, who brings the wind out of his treasuries, who struck the firstborn of Egypt, both of man and animal, who sent signs and wonders into the middle of you, Egypt, on Pharaoh and on all his servants. 9, 10. Who struck many nations and mighty kings. Struck, same thing, mighty kings. Sihon, king of the Amorites, Og, king of Bashan, and all the kingdoms of Canaan, and gave their land for a heritage. That's the giants there. A heritage to Yisrael, his people. Your name, Yahuwah, endures forever. Your renown, Yahuwah, throughout all generations. 14. Nope, where's it at? 14. For Yahuwah shall judge his people and comfort himself concerning his servants. The idols of the nations are silver and gold, the work of men's hands, where they put on Christmas trees. Jeremiah 10. They have mouths, but they can't speak. They have eyes, but they can't see. They have ears, but they can't hear. Neither is there any breath in their mouths. What did we read earlier? Those who make them will be like them. So the people will be like their idols. Yes, everyone who trusts in them. House of Israel, praise Yahuwah. House of Aaron, praise Yahuwah. House of Levi, praise Yahuwah. You who fear Yahuwah, praise Yahuwah. May Yahuwah bless you from Zion, who dwells at Jerusalem. Praise Yah. It's a beautiful song. Now, a couple of notes here. This wording matches the scroll 11Q5 Psalms and 4Q95 Psalms. It differs from both the Masoretic text and the Septuagint. This wording matches scroll. So number 2 differs from the Masoretic text and the Septuagint. That's the reason I like Dead Sea Scrolls, because even the Septuagint gets some things wrong. So that was very good. I'm glad I did that. I started not to do that tonight, but I do want to finish the Psalms reading, and I got the Didache going and Enoch going. But I started Psalms first, so I need to finish Psalms. Yep. If it helped you, put a like. I normally don't ask for that, but it says that they say if you put a like, it reaches more people. So if it helped you and you think it could help other people, what's it hurt? So hope this was a blessing and was helpful to y'all. If you got any comments, questions, suggestions, put in the chat, put it in the comments. I welcome all feedback. We may disagree, but so yep. I'm trying to get a little better at this, not just read like a drone. So yep. So praise Yah. Yep. Cool. Praise Yah. I trust Yah. Thank you. So y'all have a good night. And if it's night where you're at, or a good day. Yep. I haven't read the Peshitta much, but I have a brother that likes the Peshitta a lot. And yep. There's definitely some good stuff in there too. So yep. Good deal.